Well, he gets that in so well. So the Toney, we mentioned he wasn't shy. He says to Merqui Sosa, yeah, I won that round. I'm the champ of that round.
That's right.
Or something like that.
I know better. Let's go.
So this is the 5th round. There's a long way to go. This is a 12-round fight, and there may be some sort of plan in the mind of Merqui Sosa, and that ain't it.
There's, Toney, the interesting note on that is 22 of the punches landed by against Sosa, but one was self-inflicted. So I guess they did count the one he hit himself with. Well, if that's true, Marvin Hagler started out 4 punches behind on every fight. He used to bang himself in the head. Maybe that's how that one judge had the Leonard fight, scored 7 points for Leonard. He counted all the punches before the round when Hagler hit him. Like Jojo Guerra, who I take great delight in humiliating every chance I get because of that score. I hope he's listening.
That was a good right hand. Sosa's still there.
Excellent counter right by James Toney.
Yeah, I think what Sosa was doing wouldn't be so much subject to criticism if he would throw some shots of his own, but...
Well, yeah, he's not... Well, it would still be criticism, in my opinion, because you can't lead with your head like that and expect to become a champion or even...
No, you can lead with your head like that and expect to become a vegetable.
Yes, this is true. It's just not going to work. And James Toney is a pretty good boxer with good hand speed and fairly good power, and he's hitting it. But, you know, what if you're against a guy who has even better hand speed and more power? Then you're in real trouble. Now, there's the only place probably where James Toney, good hook, will probably even himself say, when he looks at this tape, I should have just jabbed a little bit more. Probably a few more jabs from James Toney would be more effective.
But I think Toney is kind of saying to himself, I have no idea what the hell this guy is doing.
Yeah, well, it is pretty bizarre. Then they did look at films of Sosa, and that probably led him to his statement about that he can't fight. He got Williams Sosa, and as we said, he beat Sanderline Williams. Probably out of toughness alone.
I'll give him that. Toughness sometimes in this sport equates to stupidity.
Well, when you're sticking your head out there and letting him hit it, yes. I mean, you can do that once or twice as a ploy. We've seen many fighters do that, but not all the time. There he's got his hands up.
He seems to get his hands up when he gets on the ropes. But here again. And if it is a ploy, he's giving an awful lot of rounds away.
I don't want you to stand. I don't want you to stand. He's all right. I don't want you to stand too straight because what the guy's going to try to do is with looking overhand right. So you bend your body just a little bit. And you take that away, but bring this back up. Don't get careless. Keep doing what you're doing. You're boxing good. Give him a wrench, Greg. Give him a wrench. Get out, man.
A reminder that next week we will be back here in Atlantic City. Actually, you will be. I won't be. Top Rank Boxing will be the NABF Super Lightweight title between John Wesley Meekins and Terrence Ali. A couple of very familiar faces to those of you who watch.
And a really good junior welterweight matchup. Either of those guys could be a contender with another title shot. Meekins off his win against Cardona certainly has title aspirations.
So a good look at James Toney, who stares across the ring at the man who's been staring at him, only he's been staring at him from a lot closer quarters.
He'll be off doing basketball somewhere, no doubt.
Yeah.
Charlie Steiner will be sitting in, and there's the total punches through 5 rounds. See, Toney was actually throwing less than Sosa, but landing considerably more. How could Charles Murray think he did not perform well?
That's pretty hard to believe. That's real self-criticism.
Yes, it is.
A reminder that that this is for the IBC Junior World Middleweight title. Yes, they can get all that in a belt. They got to get a guy with a big waist to hold those titles, though. You know what I mean?
Those have to be a heavyweight, huh?
Merqui Sosa and James Toney fighting for that title. Toney coming in here 23-0 with a draw that with Sanderline Williams, a draw which he later revenged. And Merqui Sosa 18-0 with 14 knockouts. But Sosa bringing a strange kind of style in the battle with Toney tonight.
And there's the jab of Toney. I really think that's going to be a key for him. He's so much more effective when he shoots that good jab out and then has the combinations flow. Nice uppercut by Toney.
Sosa just looking to load up, and I wouldn't put it by him. It's not totally out of the question.
No, and as we observed the other night when Ray Mercer was so far behind, one punch can radically, it's like in double jeopardy, you can radically change the scores, or however that line goes. Not up on my game shows as much as I should do. James Toney, when he is not boxing, works in his mother's bakery. She owns a bakery, and he helps her out. Sherry Toney, I'm sorry. Back in Grand Rapids.
Good right hand by Santos, and that's right where he wants to be. He doesn't appear to have hurt Toney with it, though.
Yeah, Sosa getting in a very good right hand, or a couple of good right hands.
Tony Orlando coming in and taking a look at it, but there's nothing wrong with Sosa.
But it looks for a moment, boy, what a tough job for a referee in this fight. For a moment there, Sosa had his hands down getting there, and you think, well, maybe he's in trouble.
So we come to the end of the 6th round. It was strange fight. We'll be back.
It's the last week of Breland.
Unique boxing strategy by Merqui Sosa. Make sure that all the punches land so that you hurt the other guy's hands.
Yeah, that's right. If he were on a dart team, he'd be a catcher.
Just staying there with his hands down or being flipped, but the fact is it's a bizarre strategy on Merqui Sosa's part. It almost looks like a strategy because sometimes he can lift his hands up. It's not that he's that tired.
Toney continues to dish it out. In the 6th round, as you can see, they threw about the same amount of punches, but Toney got there twice as many times. Mostly because Sosa invited him to.
Just put his hands down and put his head out there. Sosa, you know, the fascinating thing to me is he beat Jose Quinones, knocked him out in 1 round in February of 1990. He beat Kenny Snow, who's a decent fighter, knocked him out in 5. And you know what? I hate to say this. I'm trying to figure out how.
It's true.
I really am, and I don't mean to be so denigrating of Merqui Sosa. It's just that this style is so weird and leaves him so vulnerable and so open.
And the thing is, too, I haven't seen a real ability to retaliate with a huge shot. I haven't seen great strength from Sosa yet.
He's thrown some pretty good punches that had some steam on him, but nothing huge. Fighting his fight right now. So if Sosa has a shot and has some big punch that we haven't seen yet, this is the kind of fight that would allow him to throw it. Toney's not on the outside jabbing and moving and boxing. He's right in there wailing away with Sosa. See, there's the ticket for Toney. He's just not jabbing enough. He really isn't. He's winning this fight, winning it handily, but there, he doesn't jab. He's looking to load up like Sosa. It's almost like he caught the disease. And he's letting Sosa have probably one of his best rounds. I think James Toney's getting a little tired.
Yeah, he could be. But again, I just don't see that snap in the punches of Sosa. What I see appears to be an arm puncher, and it's a mystery.
Did Toney in the last round. That is not enough for a boxer who has his style.
Sosa on the way back to the corner at the end of that last round put his arm around Toney Orlando, who quickly threw it down.
Could be called fraternization. Huh?
That's right. In the 7th round.
Slight edge for Sosa, and I ended up giving him that round. That's a punch profile. Read. Sosa now picking up the beat a little bit. He is pushing Toney against the ropes, and it's obvious that the way Merqui Sosa wins is either by a big shot or just keeping after his opponent and hanging in there through all the punishment. It's so awkward. I think both boxers are a little fatigued right now. Well, that jab is there for Toney. I'll tell you what, I can't imagine that he wouldn't be using it even just as a rangefinder. There's one that lands.
Yeah, I mean, to say that it's there is to make a great understatement. Look at the left hand.
He's just pawing with it. He should step in with it. I have seldom seen a boxer come in face first, and he is literally coming in face first, and no head movement, none whatsoever by Merqui Sosa. And I think only fatigue on Toney's part. Of course, Toney did whack him plenty early in the bout when he came in like that. Some warning from Toney Orlando. I don't know what for. There's a jab by Sosa, and boy, he's only thrown about maybe 12.
Yeah, that's a surprise. But you have to just wonder what Sosa is waiting for. I don't quite understand exactly what he has in mind here.
Well, he's not too active. Toney has slowed a lot this round as well. Should be an odd round to score. Neither man has done that much effective work. Sosa has pressed the attack a little bit more. That he and his people in Michigan, his manager, Jack Cowan.
There's a looping right hand by Sosa.
Another one.
They don't seem to have any effect as we come to the end of round number 8. We're going 12.
Amateur.
Place to play. Shaquille O'Neal, of course. I really wonder if there's a better player in the country than Shaquille O'Neal. If there is, I haven't seen him.
Oh, man. What is he, 19 years old?
All I know is Don Nelson is the coach of the Golden State Warriors out near where I live. Has to keep the saliva off his shirt every time he sees Shaquille O'Neal play.
They're drooling over him. Well, here are the number of jabs thrown. And yes, James Toney has thrown a lot more than Sosa, but I don't think as many as they would like. It doesn't average out to too many per round. Landing a fairly good percentage, which only proves that he should throw more. Missed. See, it's a range finder. It's going to help him land something else, I assure you.
Sosa, when he does throw the jab, has a little bit on that jab. Through the first 8 rounds, you have Toney comfortably in front. You had one round was a 10-8 round, though.
Yeah, so that helped him. The second round, I believe, when he knocked him down. And I would think all the judges here had that a 10-8 round.
Also point out, Toney had to lose 2 pounds this morning.
Yes, good point.
Came in a little heavy, so that could contribute to a fatigue. Of course, he's made a career out of that. He's had to lose weight in several of his fights.
Well, the point we should make, we're getting to that point, neither of these men has been 12 rounds.